Hello everyone, it's Rachel. Welcome back to Book and Bloom. I am back from Paris. I just wanted to say hi and share a few pictures of my adventures and just, let you guys know that I had a wonderful time. It really was just as magical as I dreamed it would be. I tried to go in with kind of lower expectations. I don't know, I feel like I hear a lot more bad things about Paris than I do good things from people who have been there. A lot of people say like it's so dirty and the people are so rude and all these really negative things, but I had the most amazing time and people were really nice and really helpful, and I feel like everyone was really considerate. Like even I spent a lot of time in the metro. I loved the metro. I loved being able to ride around and walk everywhere and anywhere and using, the public transportation. I don't have that where I live. I have to drive everywhere, and even if I could walk, I probably wouldn't because I'd probably get heat stroke because it's a million degrees where I live. Yeah, I'm already missing it so much, but I mean, it's good to be home because there's a lot of things that I really appreciate about where I live, and a lot of things I did miss. There were a few things, several things that I missed while I was over there, other than of course my family and my friends, but I'm just like trying my best to think of how can I get back there. I mean, I spent 24 days there, which, because it was a study abroad, I'm not sure if I mentioned that, but I was studying while I was over there. I took some philosophy classes, learned a lot, had great discussion. I loved my classmates. I would love to spend even more time there to actually be kind of more integrated into the culture and actually be able to feel like I'm like living there. I'm gonna look into maybe teaching English or something like that. I feel like if I wanted to do something like that, I would need to do it probably after I graduate. I couldn't see myself being able to have time to do that, obviously, once I get into a full-time job. So we'll see. Hopefully I can go back. I just loved it. It really made me think about my life and the type of lifestyle I want to have. I feel like it helped me dream a little bit because I feel like I've gotten to a point where I'm just very content, and I am a very easygoing person. It's weird because I also have big dreams, but I think over time, I think my dreams have become more realistic because I realized that some of them were too ambitious. I met several people who knew exactly what they wanted to do and where they wanted to go, and I just was very inspired by that, and then also being able to experience, not that I haven't traveled before, but I feel like I've traveled to places that I just never considered living there because it just seems so far out. I won't get off to that too much, but I just wanted to have just a short little video to say I'm still alive, I made it. The French rats didn't get to me. Have a little mini haul. So while I was there, I went to Shakespeare & Company. It's definitely a very touristy place. Honestly, I just felt like I want to embrace it. Just embrace the tourism. Just don't embrace it too much, I guess. Don't be obnoxious about it. Don't be an obnoxious tourist, but when else am I going to be able to go to the Eiffel Tower, go to Shakespeare & Company, go to these places that other people might, I don't know, roll their eyes and say that that's not you're not going to experience. Whenever you travel, no matter what, you can't experience what it's like to actually live there. Anyways, I'm ranting, but I went to Shakespeare & Company while I was there, which is a bookstore that they have in Paris. I think they have a few different locations in Europe. So I got myself a tote bag. What I love about this bag, even though you could look at this from afar and think oh, they're the same on both sides, they're not. One side of the bookstore and this is another side of the bookstore. I just thought this was such a cute bag, and it's book related, so I can share it, right? And then I of course had to get a book while I was there. I tried my best to hold back because I knew that I had a weight limit on the amount of stuff that I could bring back. Thankfully, I didn't go past the 50 weight limit. So I got this adorable copy of The Three Musketeers. This brand does several different books kind of in this style where it's like this pretty blue and then like gold leaf, and the edges are gold, and then it has like a little bookmark in it, but like this beautiful interior with the leaves. I just loved this edition, and I've never read The Three Musketeers, so I felt like if I had it on my shelf, then hopefully one day I'll get around to doing it. But I love that they give you a little stamp in all your books. So, and there's a cute little quote on the back, which is all for one and one for all, which just makes me think of Fullmetal Alchemist. And I just felt like I had to get a French author while I was there. It just felt right. So that is one of the books that I got. And then the second book that I got was Madeline. Madeline in French. I can practice reading in French. That was one of the books that I actually read before I went. I got a little sticker in this one. Look how cute. Like, I love that. I absolutely love the books that I got, and I can't wait to read The Three Musketeers, and I can't wait to try reading Madeline. We'll see how much I can actually read of it. My last little thing I want to share is I met someone really special while I was there, and I want to introduce you to him. Remy. It's Remy, guys. It's Remy. Yes, so I went to Disneyland Paris while I was there, and I might end up becoming a Disney adult after that because it was so fun. Like, it was cold and it was rainy, but we had the most amazing time, me and my friends. I got to go on the Ratatouille ride, and I saw his restaurant, and the little area is so cute. If you guys don't know this, I don't know if I've shared this, but I absolutely love the movie Ratatouille. It is one of my favorite movies. It is just a masterpiece. It is cinema. It is true cinema. Priceless. Absolutely priceless. Needless to say, if you couldn't already tell, I had an amazing time on my trip. I'm happy to be back. I'm really excited to write, to work on my writing. That's one thing that I was hoping to do while I was there. I definitely underestimated how busy we were going to be. We had like no free time, because if we did have free time, it was spent doing homework. But most of the time when we had free time, we weren't doing homework, we were going places. So finding time to do homework was kind of crazy. But we did it. We did it. We survived. We made it. We didn't just survive. We thrived. This trip that I just went on, like, wasn't just an experience. I feel like it really helped me to reflect and really think about, you know, what do I want to do, and I don't know, I just feel like it helped me dream a little bit more. I don't know, I think sometimes we get caught up in our head and we think our dreams they're so big, and there's a sense of just, it's in the distance, it's far away from me, it's something that I will achieve in the future, and we don't realize how, I mean, depending on the dream that you have, but most of the time it's not as absurd an idea for you to actually achieve those things. It's not as impossible as you think it is. You know, something about being there and finally going to Paris after so much of my life spent wanting to go, and even being able to go to absolutely everywhere I wanted to go and see everything that I wanted to see, and do it while, you know, taking classes, which is one of the things that I dreamed of doing, is going on a study abroad trip and being able to go to Paris, France. It just made life seem a little less intimidating, I guess, and a little bit more like I can achieve my dreams. The world is not so big and scary and full of impossible things that you'll never achieve. I know that the dreams that I have are not these like insane, unachievable, impossible things. They're things that I can achieve through daily hard work and progress. I can achieve those things. And I have people around me that would support me too, that also helps and encourage me too, which is wonderful to have. So wonderful to have. This is all this to say, even if you can't go to Paris, even if you can't afford to, you know, even leave your state, even leave your city, you don't have to experience the beauty and the joy of life. Sometimes I think it just helps. I mean, sure, like getting out of your space can certainly help you to actually like reflect on your own life and gives you a different perspective. So maybe that for you is just going to a park that you've never been to, or a coffee shop you've heard about but never been to yet. And maybe it just takes a day of just thinking about what you have in your life and not necessarily what you're missing. You know, I think it's good to dream, and I think it's good for us to have hopes and to have goals and things that push us to be better and to try new things and to push ourselves and to challenge ourselves. But I also think it's important to appreciate what you have and to not... There's this really great post by Andy J. Pizza. He does this series, he's an artist, and he does these series, this series of art where he draws invisible things. And he drew, he made a little character that represents nostalgia, and then another character that represents gratitude. And he basically talked about how nostalgia is the thing we experience when we don't have gratitude in the moment. We don't realize what we have is a good thing until we don't have anymore, and that's why we have that nostalgia. It's kind of like this post gratitude. It's like feeling like, I wish I would have been grateful for that when I had that thing, you know. And it's like, I don't want to feel that way. It's, you know, I don't want to feel that way in life. I don't want to look back and think, man, my life was so great back then. I wish I would have appreciated it. I wish I would have enjoyed it. I wish I would have had a different attitude, or tried different things, or you know, spent more time with the people that I love. Like, I don't want to feel that way. And so whatever my life looks like, even if it's not as glamorous, as beautiful as maybe I would hope it to be, or the way other people around me, you know, or society, or things that it should be, life is more than just the way that things look. Like, I get so caught up in that sometimes, like, why are we so obsessed with appearance? I'm just ranting at this rate. But anyways, of course, I hope that you guys get to explore the world and get to go on amazing trips and be able to see all the beautiful places that you want to go. But I know that even if you can't afford to go, if those opportunities never come for you, you can still have a wonderful life. Like, those dreams that you're striving for, those aren't necessarily going to give you like a happy, fulfilling life. That happens every day. That happens when you wake up in the morning and you decide how you're going to live your life and the kind of person that you're going to be. That doesn't happen when you achieve X, Y, or Z. We think that those things do. I'm getting off on a tangent. I need to stop. I wish you guys the absolute best. I hope that you all get to go to Paris and you all get to taste the wonderful croissants. But even if you don't, I hope you have a wonderful life full of fulfillment and full of love and dreams and adventure and laughter and smiles and sunshine and having people that you love, that even on those days where you cry, even on those days where you have heartbreak and grief and hurt, that you have people around you that comfort you in those dark times, and that you learn from those hard times, and you become stronger and better, and you're able, when you are healed from those things, that you're able to turn to other people in your life when they go through hard times. Why do I always end up talking about something way deeper than what I started on? And so hopefully this time next year you guys will be reading my book that will be coming out. We'll cross our fingers, but in the meantime I will be working towards achieving that, finishing up my book and having people look at it and having it sent to a professional editor eventually, and hopefully getting illustrations and doing all the little steps that it takes to get there. But in the meantime I will also dream of that day. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed me rambling and ranting. I hope you have a wonderful day. Read a book and bloom on. Bye!